Hey guys, how goes it? I wanted to do a little bit something different today and give you some of the benefits and tips on doing things alone, on going on some solo adventures, which I actually did this past weekend. And so I also want to share with you what I did and some funny stories about what happened while I was doing it. Also, it is extremely hot out. My truck is saying 106 degrees, and I just put hand sanitizer on that's been in my truck, and it burned my hands because it's so hot out. So anyways, we are going to start with first some of the benefits from doing things alone, going to events alone. And obviously this can range from running errands by yourself, spending time at home alone, or going to events. I'm kind of focusing more, I guess, on the benefits of like going to events alone. So first, you get to know yourself better and kind of do some soul searching and just see what you really like doing and what you want to do, and just get to know yourself better because you're spending that time with yourself. That also gives you some time to kind of plan out your life and your dreams and what you really want to do. As far as, staying at home or maybe taking a drive by yourself, it gives you some serenity, some of that peace and quiet, a moment to pause and recharge, rest up, and that can also lead to being more productive. Another thing, and I think this is more like going out and doing stuff by yourself, it can strengthen your mind, your mindset, and your confidence, which will help you to like yourself better. And you'll be comfortable doing things alone and being comfortable with yourself and liking yourself better. So you also get to pick your activities because you're just by yourself. You're not on someone else's time schedule. So you get to choose what you really want to do, when you want to really do it, for how long you want to do it. It can also make you more creative, so that's a good thing. And it's also easier to meet people, especially people that you probably wouldn't have met otherwise, because it forces you to get out of that comfort zone and network and talk to people that you otherwise, wouldn't have even maybe paid attention to because you have other people there to talk to. So although it can be kind of a nerve-wracking thought and kind of nerve-wracking to go out by yourself, once you actually get over that, it can really be liberating. Because like I said, you're not worrying about others and keeping them happy. You're worrying about yourself. And it's just, I think you can appreciate when you are with others more after being by yourself out in public, and it can be liberating. So here are a couple of tips on ways to make this a better experience for yourself. My favorite is wearing an outfit that instills confidence in you, so you already start out feeling better about yourself, feeling good. For example, wearing cheetah print heels too, wear something that makes you happy. Keep your phone, or say you're at a conference, keep your phone or laptop close to you so you can look busy if you start feeling awkward. Seek out others who also look like they're by themselves or who are by themselves, and that'll make it easier than, just rushing into a group and being like, hey guys, here I am. A good way to do that is like waiting in line, because sometimes people wait in line by themselves. You have time to kill, so you're like looking around. Might as well pass that time by talking to people. It's a less awkward way of doing it. And a good way of doing this is asking people open-ended questions so that it causes more of that conversation rather than just a yes or no answer. And really just try to make it a point to enjoy this time and take it for granted. You don't always have time to yourself. So just enjoy it and focus on doing that, and hopefully that'll help it be a better experience. Some of the things I personally prefer doing alone are running errands, going shopping, things like that, because I don't feel rushed and I can kind of dink around. So, I can kind of, hey, I want to stop here. And so I do actually prefer, because then I don't feel like I'm wasting other people's time or dragging them around. So I do kind of like doing that alone. But this past weekend, so a few of the things that I went to alone, which was a little out of my comfort zone. I've gone to like a movie alone before and stuff, but that's a little different because you just go sit down, you're in the dark, no one's talking anyways. So I actually went to the hill climbs by myself because I was like, I want to go to this event. And on the way there was actually the hot air balloon fest, and when they were blowing up and lighting them, and it was right on the way to the hill climbs. So first I went to the hot air balloon fest, and I ended up waiting for like an hour there because I didn't realize they weren't lighting them right away. So I didn't do a ton of talking, but I just found a place and kind of, spent some time to myself, checked out the area, took some fun pictures and videos, which of course I will be adding in at the end of this, so check that out. And then I went to the hill climbs just for a little bit, and kind of the same thing, just kind of hung out. I didn't really necessarily talk to a ton of people, but just kind of hung out, enjoyed my own company. And like, I really do think it does help you appreciate when you do have a group of people and people that you go out and do stuff with, because you see it in a different way. So I have videos and pictures from both of these that I will add. So two kind of funny stories from each of these events, interactions with kids that probably wouldn't have happened otherwise, maybe. But so first, at the Hot Air Balloon Fest, an older guy came up to me and he's like, when does this usually start? And I was like, this is my first time, I'm not sure. So he was just standing there, and then his grandkids come up. So there's this little girl, probably like 4 years old, and she had like a pink cheetah print shirt on. And so first she says to me, I really like your nails. And with the cheetah print, I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. Well, I love your cheetah print shirt. It's really cute. And so the response I get from her is she kind of like looks at me, you know, and she's obviously really short. She gets her little hand in a fist and she tries punching me in the stomach. I was like, okay. And her grandpa's like, don't do that. Or the guy with her, you know, don't do that. We don't do that. Don't like try and punch her. So I was just like, okay, you're welcome. I guess that's how good I am with kids. So it actually made for, you know, kind of a funny little thing, because I was like, oh, that's a new one. So next, later, you know, I'm at the hill climbs, and I'm standing kind of by a fence, and it has a big banner on it, so you can't really see through the fence, except for where the banner ends a little bit behind me. So I could kind of hear something going on behind me, but I didn't really pay attention. All of a sudden, I looked back, and there was like this little kid's face, like staring up through the part of the fence I could see, and he's just like, argh! He like catapulted himself over the fence and was just laying there and like staring through the fence. And I'm just like, what is going on with little kids today? So this guy goes over and he's like, do you need help? He's like, oh no, I'm okay. Like, I just flew over the fence. So it's kind of funny. It was pretty entertaining. I was like, little kids are going wild today, and it did cause for some fun entertainment. Okay, my phone does not want to cooperate. I think it's overheating. So the next day, I went to the Disturbed and Pop Evil concert. Great music, great show. Long story short, I went by myself. So that I was kind of like, oh, this could be a little awkward. Like, I don't really want to, but I'm gonna go, you know, I'm not gonna not go to the show. So I go. My ticket was the exact same seats as the Rob Zombie concert a few days before. So I'm like, okay, I know where I'm going. So I go sit in the same seats. And so I'm sitting there for a while. Halfway through Pop Evil, a group of like 5 people comes up and they're like, you're in our seat. And I'm just like, no, I'm not. And they're like, yeah, you are in our seat. And I'm like, no, I sat here in these seats the other day. I'm in the exact same seat, so I'm in the right seat. And they're like, this is this row. And I look at my ticket and I'm like, I don't know what happened, but they were right and I was wrong. And it was really embarrassing, on top of already being a little like self-conscious for being, you know, trying to build that confidence. But I'm over there going, no, you're in the wrong seat. You need to ask someone. And I'm like, oh, yep, you were right. I was wrong. I'm just going to go sit up here now. So it was a little embarrassing. I was like, now it's funny, but I was pretty like embarrassed at the time. Just like, just don't look at me. Just don't look at me. I'm just going to enjoy and rock out. And I did end up meeting up with some of my dad's coworkers and sitting with them. So it turned out to be fine. And another thing, you know, I probably wouldn't have sat with them otherwise and met some cool people that way. So it did end up to be cool and meeting some new people I wouldn't have otherwise. So, you know, things are always interesting, and hopefully between some of the funny experiences, some of these benefits and tips, you decide, hey, I'm going to challenge myself and I'm going to go do something by myself, whatever that may be. Whatever, maybe you feel comfortable going to events by yourself but not spending time at home alone, or vice versa. Whatever it might be for you, I challenge you to maybe do that, and just a good way to build some confidence. And also, so I've already posted my part 1 of my Chicago trip. Make sure to check that out. I'm in the process of editing the rest of my Chicago trip, so keep an eye out for those videos. Again, I will have some August giveaways coming up here since that's right around the corner. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will check back in with you very soon. See you later, guys. Bye.